Welcome back to Just a Bit Offside. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
It's the quarterback carousel time. Super Bowl's done. Free agency hasn't begun yet. And there's a lot of quarterbacks looking for a place to go. A lot of deals to be had. A lot of speculation. The biggest thing is Aaron Rodgers has gone into a dark like, how do you describe it?
I don't know.
He's going into a dark retreat.
Yeah.
For 4 days, and when he emerges from his cocoon, he will tell us all what his decision is. But in the meantime, the Packers are saying they're moving on.
Yeah. Supposedly.
Supposedly, everyone in the organization is done with his shenanigans.
Yeah.
And they don't like that he's not showing up to stuff. He wasn't in game shape, apparently, when he showed up to training camp last year.
Not in game shape, not coming to OTAs, all that kind of stuff. So they're kind of like, why are we going to spend $60 million on this guy?
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, they already got to pay Jordan Love $20 million this year. So
we got to start things off with this with Aaron Rodgers, because I think it's one of the bigger, obviously, names involved with the quarterback carousel for this coming season.
Yeah.
The biggest landing spots that people are talking about are the Jets and the Raiders. They do not want to trade him to a NFC team.
See, I don't really get that. Because obviously they're giving up on Rodgers. So, you know what? What do you care if he go where the best deal is?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, who cares if you trade him to an NFC team? If you don't think he's good enough for your team, what do you care if he's on another team? You know? Like, get the best deal you can get. That's what I think. Like, seriously.
So they do have to pay Jordan Love this year. He's been sitting on the bench forever. So they are going to give him $20 million. So I believe the Packers are going to move on here.
Yeah.
So it's really up to Rodgers when he emerges from this, whatever he's doing, this darkness retreat.
Yeah.
What do you think the best option is? Personally, I feel like he's going to choose the Raiders. I think he would much rather have, if they can lock him up, because he's also a free agent, Josh Jacobs, but go back and play with Devontae Adams and Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, but Josh Jacobs, they could franchise tag it. It only cost him $10 million.
That's right.
So that's not a bad deal.
So if you get Aaron, you franchise tag him, you try and build up in the draft on defense, which I think that's where the Raiders are lacking.
Yeah.
Then you've got yourself a solid team.
And Vegas has a good pick. I'm looking right now. Vegas has the number 7 pick, but they're going to have to give that 7 pick to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Because they're not giving you Aaron Rodgers for nothing.
Yeah.
So basically, you're going to have to give up your number 7 pick to get him.
But can you get a better quarterback in this draft at number 7 who's better than Aaron Rodgers? Like
probably not.
Right?
No. Because, everyone's going, gaga over Bryce Young.
Yeah.
He's going to go on the top, whether Chicago does or Chicago trades the pick to Houston or whatever. It's either going 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Bryce Young's not sticking around. And then C.J. Stroud is the other great quarterback out of Ohio State. And he's going to get picked up by the Colts probably at number 4, more than likely.
That sounds about right.
Because Arizona's got the 3rd pick. Well,
they're happy with Kyler.
Yeah, but he's got his ACL. When's he coming back?
Yeah, he'll be back for this next season.
I don't know. But
anyway, what are you feeling about Jets, Raiders, Aaron Rodgers?
It's pissing me off because I'm a Packers fan.
You are.
Son of a bitch. I got to hear it every morning. I get up, I put on YouTube, and it's all about Aaron Rodgers and just a dick punch. Like,
is Jordan Love going to get it done for you in 2023?
I thought Jordan Love, the one game he played this year, he looked pretty good. But, the Packers have a good team going right now. They've got some good receivers. They obviously got a good running back core.
Yeah.
Their D is not as bad as people have been.
And good rookie wide receivers.
Yeah. Their receiving core is getting more experience. I think they're going to be okay. I think it's time for Rodgers to move on. I think Rodgers wants to move on. Why not, right? Raiders make sense to me. He doesn't have a no-trade clause.
Okay.
Which is surprising for a player like that. You think he would. He could be a diva and say, I don't want to play for Houston, which I'd say that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one team that I mentioned to you today that nobody was talking about was Baltimore. Because everybody's talking about what they're going to do with Lamar. That's an AFC team, right? I don't know. Why couldn't he go to Baltimore?
They have a lot of talent. It is absolutely got great head coach. It's possible he could go to Baltimore, and maybe we should segue next into Lamar Jackson conversation in the quarterback carousel show. But do you feel Raiders or Jets before we move on from Aaron Rodgers?
I think the Raiders. I think the Raiders too. I mean, the Jets have a great defense. Bryce Hall.
Yeah,
Bryce Hall, amazing this year until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So he'll come back next year strong. But I think he fits more with the Raiders. I know McDaniel really likes Rodgers.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. They got a new stadium. Their owner, a big talk. I don't know if you heard about that. Did you hear about this? This was big news. He finally shaved his head. This is a true story.
He's done with the comb over.
He's done with the comb over.
Okay.
He shaved his head.
That's good.
It's very Lex Lutherish.
Okay.
And he's growing a goatee, which it looks pretty good. I'm finally
Looking
somebody.
good.
Only took 15 years.
Okay.
So that's a big new thing. So
I think Devontae Adams being there.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're talking football.
It's pretty.
And Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
And I mean,
You think Raiders over Jets?
The Raiders make sense. Raiders over Jets, I think. So sure. I think the Jets are going to... Whatever, we'll get there. Anyway,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like the Raiders might win this one with Aaron Rodgers, and I think they'll do good. They were very close to making the playoffs.
If they give up their number 7 pick, that's the best deal for the Packers.
Yeah.
For the Packers to get the number 7 pick, that's amazing because they already got the number 15 pick. So if you can get your a number 7 pick off of the Raiders and you got the 15th pick... Packers are gonna have a great draft.
Yeah,
you're fine
if they draft smart. Yeah.
If you draft smart and you draft some actual. Anyway,
I think they need help on defense.
Whatever.
That's just my.
So all
right.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll get there. Yeah. All right.
So next up, Lamar Jackson. Now, I always thought that they were going to franchise tag him. I thought that the Ravens would franchise tag Lamar Jackson. Now, can you just, for anyone who may not know about franchise tags, can you just dumb it down a shade?
All right, we're going to do it as fast as we can.
Okay, quickly.
There's 3 different kind of franchise tag. I had to write it down because I had to look it up because it's so goddamn confusing.
Okay.
So, exclusive franchise tag. Basically, you take the average top 5 salaries per position or 120% of their last year's salary. That goes to that player. Okay. They're locked in for a year. Other teams can't negotiate with them. I.e., the quarterback position, if they franchise tag Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, whoever it is, it's $32.5 million. Doesn't matter what team you're playing for, it's $32.5 million.
That's that average broken down.
That's the average broken down. Top 5 salaries. Nobody can negotiate with that player.
Okay.
The non-exclusive player can negotiate with other teams. If they come up with a deal with the other team, the team they're currently on can match that deal. Mm-hmm. If they don't choose not to match that deal and that player goes to the other said team, that team has to give up 2 first-round picks.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. Then you got the transition tag, which you'll get 120% of your salary or an average of the top 10 at that position. You're still able to negotiate with other teams. If you come to a deal with the other team, your team can still match that deal. If your team decides not to match that deal, there's no compensation back to that team. Boom. There you go.
Need a pie graph.
It's insane. It's crazy.
So Lamar, I always thought they were going to franchise tag him this year because he acts as his own agent, correct?
Yeah. It's him and his mom.
And they have not come to terms. They've been trying to...
I'm giving that guy 10%.
Come on.
My 10%.
Give 10% to mama.
That's it.
They've been negotiating all year and they've not been able to reach a deal because Lamar wants $300 million guaranteed.
Well, no. He wants big money. He wants Deshaun Watson money.
But he wants fully guaranteed.
He wants fully guaranteed money. I think they offered him $200 million fully guaranteed. He turned it down.
And he turned it down.
Which tells me he just doesn't want to play for Baltimore, but that's just me. But,
all right.
Anyways.
So it looks like Lamar Jackson might not be a Raven anymore because they're not willing to negotiate.
And I don't think he'll play under the franchise tag.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're willing to take that risk. So he's up for grabs, supposedly.
Yeah.
And the biggest rumor right now that I've heard is that the Falcons are the best landing spot for Lamar Jackson on the quarterback carousel. Now they have Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Drake London had a great rookie wide receiver this year. Cordell Patterson, good O-line, a decent defense. You put Lamar Jackson on the Falcons, you're looking at like Michael Vick Falcons kind of era. You'd have a little bit of a badass team. And the Falcons are going to be in arguably the most up for grabs division in all of football. Because Tampa Tom is done. He retired. The Panthers don't have a quarterback.
Sam Darnold.
And no, I repeat, they don't have a quarterback.
He's also an unrestricted
and the Saints, correct?
And they got Andy Dalton going right
and
now.
Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, is not going to get it done. Derek Carr, who we're going to talk about next, is possibly, he's already met with the Saints. But if you look at it like this, now let's say none of those people go to those teams. Lamar Jackson goes to the Falcons. Tom Brady retired. The Bucs are done. So
Blaine Gabbert.
That's the division.
Everyone needs a quarterback.
You get that division locked up. If you get somebody like Lamar Jackson, and he stays healthy, I should say that.
Oh, yeah.
Because he does tend to get injured, his knees, all of that. So I would say that the Falcons are a great landing spot, plus a place for the immediate division winner.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And Atlanta's got the number 8 pick.
On top of that.
So given the number 8, that's going to make Baltimore go, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Number 8 pick. I don't know. They're going to like that.
So that's interesting.
Yeah,
now,
the NFC South is just garbage.
It's wide open.
Wide open. You could win that division easy.
So we did say the other teams in that division also need quarterbacks. So I think that I do not see the Bucs starting Blaine Gabbert. I just don't. I think that and they don't have a high draft spot. So I don't really know what Tampa Bay is going to do. But the Panthers need to do something. They might stick with Sam Darnold.
No,
maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, Baker's an unrestricted free agent.
Baker, that's right.
We'll call him a UFA.
Unrestricted free agent. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Saints are trying to get Derek Carr.
They are.
So Derek Carr could also go to the Jets. That's been discussed, and he's visiting with the Jets now.
Right.
He did visit with the Saints already. So if one of these teams decides to sign Derek Carr, then that changes a lot of things when it comes to Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Or other available quarterbacks.
Right.
Now, even in that, like, where do you feel we should talk about Derek Carr next in the carousel here? Where do you feel Derek Carr is going to end up?
The thing that's going on right now, from what I'm understanding, is Derek Carr's messing everything up.
Okay.
Because he got outright released.
Yeah, he's just dropped.
So he can sign with anyone.
Yeah.
The franchise tag period that's on right now, started today actually, goes till March 7th.
Gotcha.
And then after, so if you want to sign a player, and I don't understand it, and I actually don't think anyone understands it, to be honest with you, including Goodell. If you want to sign, let's say, Aaron Rodgers before March 7th, it's $30 million against your cap. If you sign him after or trade him after the 7th or whatever it is, it's only $15 million against you. None of it makes any sense.
Okay.
But Derek Carr is kind of sliding into a position where he's putting teams are going like, and that was the big thing with the Jets.
You don't want to wait, right?
Yeah, the Jets are like, well, Rodgers is in a cave, sleeping.
Yeah.
We got to wait for him to come out, Groundhog Day style, and decide what he wants to do. And they're like, but Derek Carr's like, well, he met with New Orleans already.
Yeah, he already did.
And
he's meeting with the Jets now.
He met with the Jets over the weekend. They're like, Jets really like him. Well, but the Jets are kind of, and if I'm Derek Carr, I'm just like, yeah, I know you guys want to wait for Rodgers, but I want to get this like locked up.
Is it a sloppy second situation?
It's totally a sloppy second situation. Derek Carr's got to be sitting there going like,
I don't want to be sloppy seconds.
He's still pretty young.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good year. And people.
No, but is that his fault?
Well, yeah.
Is some of it really like I don't know. I think Derek Carr is a decent quarterback.
I think he's a decent quarterback too. I mean, there was a couple that people were saying that is just his decision making in game. It wasn't great, but who am I talking about? What do I know? So. But you're gonna sign Aaron Rodgers. Nothing against Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, I'm a Packers fan, but it's gonna cost you $60 million, and he's not gonna show up for OTAs. He's not gonna. He's gonna put in, I guess, some work.
Just enough not to get fired.
Yeah, and your division's not great. You still got Buffalo and Miami in your division, right? So. I don't know. I think the Jets should just move on Derek Carr, sign him, and just get going.
And that will screw over the Saints, who again, if the Falcons get Lamar Jackson, are going to just own that division.
That's interesting, though, because what would be better in terms of if you're doing the chessboard, right? Chess? Chess? Yeah.
I've heard of the game.
Yeah, it's interesting. What would be better? Because you go to New Orleans, like we said, that division really sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Unless Atlanta gets Lamar, and then you're the two top teams.
Yeah.
You go to the Jets. The problem is you still got Miami and the Bills, and they're locked in.
And New England.
And they're locked in, So, I don't know. I don't know what the best thing is. You're in a dogfight.
It's a tough
if
call.
you go to the Jets, you're in a dogfight. You're in a dogfight even to make the playoffs. But I think...
But they're a playoff team.
They're a playoff team.
They have a great O-line,
Yeah.
an insanely good defense,
Yeah.
really good rookies,
Yeah.
and then they're good.
Yeah.
They're actually good. The Jets are good.
Well, no one knows what's going on with Miami.
Yeah, because that's also a possible sticking point. If Tua can't play anymore because of concussions, then do you stick with Bridgewater or do you try and get one of these free agents?
Yeah.
That's also worth noting.
Teddy Bridgewater's a UFA.
Yeah.
So is Geno Smith in Seattle.
I think he'll stay
So is
with
Cooper
Seattle.
Rush in Dallas. They're going to sign Cooper Rush to a big-time deal. Don't worry about that. They're locking him in for $100 million. Jerry Jones knows what's going on. You're locking in the Rush man. You're not letting him walk out that building.
It's rush hour.
It's rush hour all the time in Dallas.
Now, the biggest ones, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr. The one we have not brought up yet is Daniel Jones.
Because that came out today.
That was announced at time of recording. We should say that.
Yeah.
Time of recording. Daniel Jones says he wants big bucks. He's got
A new agent.
And he's demanding quite a bit. Now, the Giants have to worry about Saquon Barkley. So, are they going to franchise Saquon Barkley and pay Daniel Jones? I don't know.
He wants $45 million.
Yeah.
Million.
So then do you let Saquon Barkley go and you franchise tag Daniel Jones?
That's still going to cost you $32.5 million. For Daniel Jones. That's your franchise tag price.
Okay, but that's not 45.
Still 32.5.
I think he's worth 30. I don't think 32.5 is horrible, but I don't think he's worth 45.
Okay season.
I don't think he's worth 45.
No.
So do you franchise tag him, let Saquon go, or do you give Daniel what he wants? He's your guy, and you ride or die, and then you franchise tag Saquon Barkley. It's interesting because I don't think Daniel Jones is going to leave. It's just going to be interesting. I don't think he'll go to a different team.
Running backs get paid less than quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Correct.
Right? So it would probably, I don't even know what, we probably should have looked it up, but what Saquon's making right now. The franchise tag for a running back is $10 million. 10 million.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, $20 million, and quarterbacks, 32.5. So it will probably make more sense to franchise tag Daniel Jones and swallow the $32.5 million and then try to strike up a deal with Saquon.
I agree.
Because I think even then, even if you franchise tag Saquon, you're going to give him $10 million. But really, what are you really going to pay him on a deal? You might pay him 15.
Yeah, maybe 15.
Maybe 15 million. I don't even know what the going rate right now is for running backs, but maybe you're going to pay. It's only a $5 million gap. Right?
Yeah,
like,
it really
it's not
depends.
horrible, you know.
But Daniel Jones has said this all came out today at time of recording. So that's another name that needs to be noted on the quarterback carousel. Is there anything else in your mind? Are there any other players worth mentioning on this list? Oh, Jimmy G.
There's two. Jimmy G.
Yeah.
And Taylor Heineke.
He proved himself.
He proved himself.
He proved himself with the Commanders.
I think Washington's got to lock him in.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to, what are they going to do with Wentz then?
They're going to...
If they do, then they got to put him out to pasture.
I don't know what they're going to do with Wentz.
Mr. Glass, a.k.a. Carson Wentz, and I'm saying this as an Eagles fan. He's not an Eagle anymore.
Yeah.
But the guy just doesn't not get injured.
He's got to get rid of Wentz. I don't know. Wentz he'll be fine. You know?
Yeah.
He'll go into broadcasting and he'll be good.
He'll go to another team.
He's not going to retire.
He can't.
He's retiring. He's
he's not going to retire.
He hurts. He gets himself hurt. He gets off the bus and he gets himself hurt.
Tweaks his ankle.
Tweaks his ankle.
Yeah.
You know?
Jimmy G is worth noting.
Jimmy G is interesting. Yeah.
So because what are the 49ers going to do? You invested way too much into what's his face that hurt himself in week 1.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance?
Trey
Lance.
It wasn't week 1. It was like week...
No, it was early.
4?
I thought it was week 1.
No. It was he played a couple games.
All right. Yeah. But Trey Lance got injured. You gave up too much to give up on him this early. And Brock Purdy got you to the Super Bowl. So
you're paying him nothing.
Yeah, he's rookie salary for the next
$700K
years, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do with Jimmy G? And could somebody like the Jets, if they miss out on Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers, say Carr goes to the Saints and Rodgers signs with the Raiders, does somebody like the Jets pick up Jimmy G?
Everybody needs a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We already talked about Carolina needs a quarterback, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa. That's all one division.
Yeah.
Colts need a quarterback.
They'll probably draft.
They're going to try to get C.J. Stroud in the first round, because the 4th pick. Okay, that's fine. Houston needs a quarterback. They're going with Davis Mills.
I think they're going to trade up with Chicago.
They really should.
I think
and
they
get your
will.
hands on Bryce Young. Jets need a quarterback. Raiders need, and Pittsburgh. No one's talking about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh needs a quarterback.
I mean,
right?
they were this close to the playoffs.
They were very close to the playoff, but they still need a quarterback.
Yeah,
right?
I
And then what's
agree.
going on with the Rams?
You don't think that they'll keep Baker?
Hey,
Well, the Rams have to pay Stafford.
Baker's a UFA too.
So-
But Stafford might not be able to play because he's got the back injury going on. So Stafford might not come back. They're saying.
Okay, if Stafford retires, then
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
screwed.
Yeah, but he's got that back injury that's really bad, right? So what's going on there?
Very interesting.
Just saying, there's so many teams that are just like, what is going on?
Well, this has been
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
We
It's
can just keep going.
quarterback carousel. It's going to be very interesting where all these players end up. We want to do this show for you guys, see what you think about where all these players are going to end up, because Aaron Rodgers is going to emerge from his hypobaric chamber, his darkness retreat,
I honestly,
in like 2 days. So we wanted to make sure that we got this video done.
I love the guy,
Yeah. He's crazy.
but he does
a little special.
You shouldn't have even said anything about this.
Yeah.
Like, why? Just go wherever the hell you are and
Just think about it.
and just do it. But don't tell people that you're going to go lock yourself in a closet for 4 days and they're going to drop food in like you're a gerbil. Like, nobody needs to hear that. Like, just go do it. You know,
Yeah.
like, we don't need to hear about it. Like, now everybody's just making fun of you.
It's gonna make and
and I don't like
it's hard
that.
not
You don't
to.
you deserve better than that. But you kind of put it upon yourself. You
Yeah.
know. So I wish you wouldn't have said anything.
I know.
Anyways,
But
whatever.
once he comes out of his dark hole,
His big dark hole.
and he tells us what he wants to do. But by then, does Derek Carr sign with the Jets or the Saints? Does somebody else? Did the Raiders pick up somebody else? I think they're really holding out hope. I think there's a lot of puzzle pieces that need to be aligned here to see what's going on with Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, and a litany of other, as you put it, UFAs.
There's a lot of UFAs.
To see what's
There's a
going to
lot of
happen.
RFAs too. There's a bunch of UFAs. There's a bunch of RFAs. There's tons of FAs. You know.
It's a great topic, and put us in the comments. Where do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up? Is it going to be the Raiders? Is it going to be the Jets? I don't think he's going to stay with the Packers.
It could still be the Packers.
You never know.
You never know.
But they have to pay Jordan Love, so I don't know. But you guys put it in the comments where you think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up, or any of your other favorite teams who you think they're going to sign a quarterback if they need one. We want to hear from you guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
We'll see you again soon.
Peace.